Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to make money in the market or to just learn from the market, right? So let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes. Only with that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX, and as you can see, we have been trading sideways for a few hours here, right? And this is the 30-minute chart. Price has been just trading in this zone. Yes, we did come down to here, right? But look where price came back to, this area here. So right as of now, our pre-market support is 1489. Our resistance is at 1491. So now it will need to break out of this area, and it looks like whatever move it makes, it may be a strong move because we've been in this area for a while. So we're going to have trouble here at this 20 EMA at 1492 and above the 1492. Our ATR trailing stop is here at the 1499 area. So above 1499 we'll have trouble, or 1498, 1499, we're going to have trouble in that area for the VIX to the upside. Now, can we continue dropping? We very well can. So it will need to stay under the 5 EMA, which is where it's getting rejected now here. So it will need to stay under the 5 EMA and under the 1489. We can come back and retest this 1486, 1487 area. Let me see if I have anything. And that was the 5-minute chart. Okay. So below the 1489, and we were looking at the 5-minute instead of the 30-minute chart for the VIX. So below the 1489 area, just know that we're going to have trouble at 1486, and below 1486 we're going to have trouble around the 1482. Under the 1482, we will have trouble around this area, 1475, and again at 1470. So those are places to the upside and the downside that I will watch for the VIX. I'm going to go back and recap that because we were looking at a 5-minute instead of a 30-minute. So we're going to have trouble at the 1493 and again at the 1509 area, 1509 to the 1515. So those are places for the VIX that I watch to the upside and to the downside. So I normally look at the VIX because it kind of gives me an idea of where the SPY is. And normally, that's normally, right? So this is the SPY. And I know it probably looks a little congested, but I chart the SPY a lot. So looking at it pre-market, we have a pre-market high here of 555.57. So the high of this candle is 555.57, which is not far from this 555.61 area, right? So we knew it could come here and have some trouble. That's why I leave those areas there. So as of now, the SPY it closed at 554.65. We made a high of 555.57. Looks like we're getting rejected at this area. However, the 5 EMA is our support as of right now. So the SPY could really go in either direction. So I always try to go to the 4 o'clock candle, but at the 4 o'clock candle, it bounced and moved to the upside. So the SPY is going to be kind of interesting to watch today. I would definitely watch this area 555.09 as support. If we break under that 559.09, or that 555.01, if we break under that, just know that we can come back and retest 554.90 and under 554.90, 554.71, under 554.71 we can come back to 554.51, and that's around that area. Now, if by chance it decides to continue going to the upside, which it very well can, wouldn't surprise me if it does, above the 555.57, just know that we're going to have trouble here at 555.99 and again at 556.33. Those are going to be trouble places for the SPY. Beyond the 556.33, yes, 556.33, we're going to have trouble here at the 556.79. Those are going to be trouble places for the SPY to the upside and to the downside. So if you trade the SPY today, y'all, I always say trade carefully, and I just cannot believe I do not have Tesla on my list. So I'm going to add that really quick so we can go and find out what's going on with Tesla this morning. Okay, so now we're looking at Tesla. Tesla closed at 251.51. It normally moves on average about, it was $10. It moved to $15. Let me go and make sure I have that right today. 15.33 on average per day for Tesla. And it seems like it is moving up. As you look here, we broke out of a gathering spot here. That gray line and this gray line, Tesla has broken out of a gathering spot to the upside. So it created another gathering spot here, and we have broken out of that area to the upside. So Tesla is moving to the upside as of now, right? So this was another gathering spot that was created. So now it is here creating another place of a gathering spot. So right as of right now, pre-market support for Tesla is at 254.71. Resistance is at this 255.56 area, which is right here at this, you know, 256, not far from that area. So Tesla is trading in this zone as of now. Right now, it looks like it's trying to get rejected in this area based on this candle and what's going on with it. So it would definitely need to stay above the 5 EMA. If it comes under the 5 EMA, just know that we can find support here at 253.84. Under 253.84, we can find support at 252.86. Under that 253.86 area, we can come back and find support here at the 252.18. And under the 252.18, we can find support here at the 251.07 area for Tesla to the downside. Now to the upside, now let's say if we break this 251.07 area, it can very well come all the way back to this ATR trail and stop at 248.97, which is where the 50 EMA and very much close to the 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart around the 248.38 area. So if we lose where we are now, we could very well come back down to those areas. Now to the upside, let's go look and see where our trouble places for Tesla is today, right? So if by chance we hold support of where we are, 254.76, and break above the 256 area, we could have trouble here at 256.98, and again at 258.22. Above 258.22, we can have trouble at this area, 258.47. Above that, 258.47, 259.81 is going to be a trouble place, which brings us up here to the 261.52. So those are areas to the upside and to the downside for Tesla. And again, well, that's the upside. Let's look at the downside. So if by chance we come and break under, this 248.98, we could very well come on back down to this. I did say the ATR trailing stop, but because it moves so much, and Tesla normally exceeds its ATR, so we could very well come back to this 246.55 area. So it wouldn't be surprising if it did. So if, I always say, y'all, if you trade Tesla, trade carefully and make sure you wait on confirmation as to why you're entering your trades. And once it goes against your why, get out. I say that often. So let's go to AMD. AMD has been trading in this area for a while, and so whatever move it make could be a very strong move to the upside or to the downside, right? So as of right now, this was our 4 o'clock candle, and as you can see, it's already been trading in this zone that I had already marked as pre-market as a support and resistance area. So we're going to use that today. 154.02 as support. Resistance was here, let's say in this area around the 154.84, because price did come up to this area here of 155.10 only to get rejected, 155.15 only to get rejected. So I'm not going to use that because it's coming back to that area. It's so close. Let's say that you can use the 154.84 or the 155.10, but because I have those two areas already marked, I can use either one as my resistance area. As of now, this is our zone that it's trading in. Support is going to be here at the 154.12. Resistance is really here. We can say the 155.10 area. So it's trading in this zone. And where are our trouble places as of right now? So if it breaks above the 155.10, just know that we could very well have trouble at 155.54. Above 155.54, we can come back and retest 186.18. Above 186.18, we can come back and have trouble at 156.75. Did I say 186? 156.18, 156.75, and 157.31. Those are going to be trouble places to the upside for AMD. Now to the downside, if we lose support where we are, 154.12, if we come back and retest the 154.12, we can find support here and bounce, or we can continue to the downside. Now under the 154.12, the 153.99, below the 153.99, 153.27, under 153.27 we have 152.98, under 152.98, 152.50. Those are going to be trouble places for AMD to the upside and to the downside. So if I traded AMD today, I will always say y'all trade carefully. We do have some inside day candles, and JP is one of those. If by chance it breaks above this 212.31, then the target to the upside is 212.35. If we break under this 209.66 area, then the target to the downside is 208.88. So that's interesting for JP. If you traded JP, I always say y'all trade carefully. Netflix is also an inside day candle. I like Netflix because it just moves really different. So if by chance it breaks up above the 650-659 area, then the target to the upside for Netflix is 679.38. So if by chance we break under the 632.58 area, then the target to the downside is 629.12 for Netflix. So that is going to be interesting today. Netflix it moves really, really different. So I didn't add NVIDIA to my list. I'm going to go and add that now. So let's go and check out NVIDIA and see where we are pre-market. This is our 4 o'clock candle. We came down to an area and bounced from here. So it looks like we're finding another area of support around the 122.64 area. This was our gathering spot up where this gray line is here. So price stayed in this area, as you can see here, for a while. Broke out of this area, came back up and tested this area. So it wouldn't surprise me if it came back to this area here. So pre-market support 122.64. Resistance was at the 122.67. We came up and tested this 122.82 area, got rejected and came back down. Right now it's very well find support at this 5 EMA. If we lose this 5 EMA, it's probably going to come back down to this shaded area here, which wouldn't be surprising. So let's see where our trouble place is for NVIDIA as of right now. If by chance we, find support on this 5 EMA and, we come back and retest this 123.82 area, just know that we could have trouble here at the 124.43, 42 area. That could be a trouble place for us. Beyond that, we can have trouble here at the 124.97 and let's see, above 124.97, 125.40. Those are trouble places to the upside for NVIDIA. Now to the downside, if we break under the 122.99 area, we can come back to this area of 122.28. Under 122.28, we can come back to 122.11. Under that 121.99, which is really close to that 122 area. So that's why it's really important that we mark this area of support and resistance, because as you can see, that's where the moving averages are falling in place. So that's really, really helpful and very important to to be mindful of. So yeah, y'all, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. If you trade today, I always say trade carefully, wait on confirmation, and make sure you have reason as to why you're entering your trade, and once it goes against your why, get out. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable day, a very productive day today. And I always like to leave you with this: be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.